Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled Firsts and Lasts, and it has to deal with my trip that I just came back from at West Point. For those of you who watched my last blog video, Coffee with Stephen, you may have seen that I was broadcasting from the airport at Newark International. That was because that was in conjunction with a trip that I had taken to West Point to visit Cheney, who's now in her final year there. She's a firstie, and it got me thinking about sort of the progress that we all make along this sort of life journey. I've had the blessings of being able to watch both of my daughters one graduate from college and the other one getting ready to graduate from college. My older daughter, Carolyn, lives in the United Kingdom. She is a graduate of the University of Oregon with a bachelor's degree in architecture. My younger daughter, Cheney, is just about to graduate from West Point with a double major in defensive strategic studies and Russian. Now, every year I go back to West Point, usually in the fall, to visit her during Parents' Weekend. And as I was getting ready to drive out to head back to the airport, I was hit with that sudden realization that this was it. The next time I'm going to be on the United States Military Academy's campus will be in May for graduation when she becomes a second lieutenant. And then after that, probably never again. So there's a bit of a tinge of sadness, or bittersweetness might be a better way of saying it. Though I can assure you, Cheney is more than thrilled to graduate and move on from West Point. As she said, West Point is a great place to be from, not necessarily a great place to be at. And I'm sure a lot of the cadets feel that way. But it was interesting because I've been able to see over the course of the last 4 years not only the development of my daughter, but also the development of the other cadets that are there at West Point. They have a very, very, very close-knit relationship. When you first matriculate at West Point, you go through something called Beast Barracks. For lack of a better term, we'll call it almost like a boot camp. And it forges a bond between the people that are there, and they are close. And as a result, I've been able to watch their sort of maturity, both intellectually as well as physically. I was commenting to Sandy when I got back, looking at some of her friends, her male friends that are there at West Point. I remember seeing them as plebes, as freshmen, and thinking, God, they look like teenagers, like athletic teenagers, but like teenagers. And this time around, they've turned into men, which is all true and proper. That's the way it should be. Now, along with that, there is a new tradition that's about to establish, hopefully. Cheney is now 21 years of age, and we have decided that for Thanksgiving, rather than trying to meet up in different locations and everything like that, and the entire family is going to converge on Las Vegas. So Carolyn and her partner Alan will be flying in from the United Kingdom. Cheney will be flying in from West Point. Sandy and myself, my mother-in-law, as well as my parents, will be heading out to Vegas, and we will all gamble and drink together after having a spectacular Thanksgiving dinner at the buffet. So anyways, it'll be fun. We're looking forward to it. I hope you do enjoy the blog. As always, train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.